last but not least, we have the secant function. We know that secant comes from cosine, and so we can label our same points, our 0, 1, and -1, and the same points on our x-axis. And so we've got pi over 2 and pi, and 3 pi over 2 and 2 pi. And so cosine makes one big valley. And so we're going to have asymptotes now at all the over 2's because that's where cosine crosses the x-axis. And so at 1 is where it's up at the top. So we'll have a parabola here. At pi, it's down at -1, so we'll have an upside down parabola there. And then at 2 pi, it's back at 1, so we'll have a right side up parabola there. So again, the period of this graph is 2 pi. The range again is flipped inside out from your normal cosine graph, so -infinity to -1 and 1 to infinity. This time our domain is all real numbers except we can't just say pi over 2 because pi and 2 pi are also multiples of pi over 2. So we have to say it's pi over 2 plus k pi. So each asymptote is pi distance apart. And so we'll just recopy that part of the domain as our vertical asymptotes. And then this one has even symmetry since it's based off the cosine graph. So if we do an example down here, we have -2 times the secant of 3/4 t. And so on your y-axis, we need to label all the way to 2 and -2. We'll take our 3/4 t and set it equal to 0 and 2 pi, just like we did on the cosine graph. And so if we multiply this side by 4/3, we would have 8 pi over 3. So it's going to go from 0 to 8 pi over 3. So if we take half of that, that would be 8 pi over 6, which would reduce to 4 pi over 3. If we cut that in half, that would be at 2 pi over 3. And so this would be 2 pi over 3. We've got 4 pi over 3. This last one's going to be 6 pi over 3, which just reduces to 2 pi. And so since it's an upside down cosine graph, it's going to start down at -2, go up through the 2 pi over 3, be up high at the 4 pi over 3, go through at 2 pi, and then back down low at the 8 pi over 3. So the 2 pi and the 2 pi over 3 are going to be our asymptotes. And so then we'll have a parabola opening upwards and a parabola opening downwards on both of those two. And again, that's just one period right there.